えはいつも私の胸になんでだろうあなたを選んだ私ですもう止まらない運命様から決められたけど I believe 真似だけじゃつまらないの You be nice 感じるまま感じることだけをするよ冒険でしょでしょ本当が嘘に変わる世界で夢があるから強くなるのよ誰のためじゃない一緒に来てくださいどこまでの自由な私を見てよね明日過去になった今日の今が奇跡掴もう未来を I believe you
Hello, people, and welcome to another exciting episode of Who's That Anime? Your hosts, Colin and Steve.
Hello.
What episode's this?
This is episode well, we're going to talk about two episodes today as we usually do. This is episodes 11 and 12. We're starting with The Day of Sagittarius. But
Yeah. Also,
we should say The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya is the show we are discussing. And as usual, we'll put the disclaimer at the start where we are watching this in the broadcast order and not the chronological order.
yeah, so we're coming up to the end of season 1, because there's only 14 episodes in each season, apparently. Out of the 2 seasons.
We're on these 2 episodes and then one more episode, 2 more episodes before the end of the season.
Yeah, and then there's a movie, which is how long?
Is the movie come in between the first and second season? Or does it come after?
I don't know where it fits.
We need to figure that shit out.
Broadcast order, man. Broadcast order. It's pretty much the last thing it got shown for the.
Okay.
So it's
I mean, the movie is 2 hours and 43 minutes long. I remember it to the minute.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So that's pretty much like another entire season there, right there.
Yeah, I reckon we're at least going to have to do 2 parts for that.
Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, we're watching the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya.
Yep.
Getting better at this.
Yeah, it's getting there.
Can't remember the rest of the cast.
Is the day of. Oh no, I mean it's fine. Like they're fleeting. You remember the titular character. That's what's important. So this is episode 11, and this is the Day of Sagittarius.
Yeah.
This is an interesting episode.
Yeah. Can't remember how it starts exactly. All I remember is essentially the computer club comes and starts requesting a duel with the team.
Does it not? It starts in space first.
Oh yeah. So they're all.
Yep, it's all a space battle first, and it's very confusing.
It's very much confusing. So the space battle, the wee teaser bit before the opening credits is they're in space, and Haruhi is basically giving commands to her fleet captains, who are the rest of the crew: Kion, Mikuru, Yuki, and the other guy, Koizumi, that's him. Yeah.
Yep.
See, I can't remember it because with the video feed that we got, you missed him out in the template.
I know, because at the time when I had made it, he was not a major character yet.
It's like SO3 got introduced or something.
Well, to be fair, he was introduced in the very first episode, but I made this after we watched the first 2 episodes, so
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so basically each of them have like their own fleet to command, where Hui is also the Supreme Commander in Chief of the entire fleet, and
yep.
she's telling everyone to go and attack and search for the fleet. Cuts to the opening
Yep.
sequence, and after that they go to back into the club room, where Hui is not there yet, and can't remember what was really the discussion, but there's a knock at the door.
I remember the discussion being that things had gone to normal after the arts festival, which is ironic because the next episode we're going to talk about is the arts festival. So
Once again, not
broadcast
what
order.
broadcast order, not chronological, because these
Yep.
are essentially the last two episodes before the last one. Because we talked about the last one last episode, and like
Yep.
the entire 2 seasons.
Yep.
The whole 2 seasons worth of them. This
Yeah.
is how bad it is. Anyway, yeah. So basically, he basically says nothing much happened. Blah blah blah. After the arts festival, it's now November or something.
Yes.
And it's getting cold. So basically, there's a knock at the door, and the computer people say, "Ha! We challenge you to a duel," type thing. And Keon answers the door and goes, "What? What are you on about? Stop saying that word. Stop repeating duel, because they must have said duel like 10 times." And then
Stop saying duel.
it's bad things will happen. And then, right enough, next thing you see is Haruhi drop kicking the chief of the computer club and goes,
In the
"Ah,
face.
yeah,
In the face.
Oh, right in
Not
the
just
face.
drop kicking him in the face.
she just
He is
runs,
down.
he is down." Basically says, "If it's a duel, then a duel must be hard," type thing. You can't back down
she's
from
down.
these duels. She can't back down from duels. And then
This is Simpsons level of glove slap. Duel challenged you to duel.
yeah,
Must be accepted. I will defend my honor.
yeah, and then she goes, "Who are you again?"
That's right. It's not like she almost ruined his life or anything like that.
Twice.
Twice. Yeah.
With getting sucked into closed space and get turned into a camel cricket.
Yep.
So anyway, and then she takes a glance at him and is like, "What are you guys doing here again? What are you challenging us to a duel for?" Because then she recognizes who he is.
That's right. And of course, the duel itself is that they want to challenge them to a video game that not only is of their choosing, but of their own design that they made for the arts festival that they may have accidentally not shown at the arts festival. So it seemed to remember him saying something like, "So you may have seen it at the arts festival." And it's like, no, didn't see that. It's like, did we display it in the right place? It's like, that's a weird way to ask that question after you've like flexed all over this about how you need a duel and how it's going to be the end of you and stuff. Yeah, it's odd. It doesn't seem to remember if they've shown it in the right place or not.
Well, it's mainly just because no one's noticed it and no one's obviously bought anything.
That is true.
Which Huri is basically goes, "All right, what's the stakes?" And they're like, "If you win, we'll give you 4 brand new laptops, state-of-the-art laptops or something."
Yes, she wants a laptop for every member of the.
Oh no, they offered it.
Yeah, and it'd be a laptop for every member of the SOS brigade, basically.
Yeah, and then it says, "And if we lose, we'll give you a girl member," and offers Yuki.
It's just going back into sort of a human trafficking mode, where it's like, yeah, people are just objects that I can give away.
Yes. So she offers Yuki at first, and then says, "Oh wait, no. How about Mayuki?
Mikuru.
Mikuru." And Keon goes, "You can't just offer people." And it's like,
It's
"All
like,
right,
offer yourself. Offer
yeah,
yourself.
offer yourself. You're going to this." And it's like, "All right, well, you can't be." And they're like, "No." Oh.
We don't want her, please.
Yeah, don't want any of that. Anyway. Oh, and they also want the computer that she swindled out of them.
Yes, they want the computer back. Yep.
Is the main of the thing, yeah. Anyway, so on goes the thing. They have 5 days to train, and it's basically Mikuru, not Mikuru. Haruhi is like the team leader, obviously, and he goes, "All ships attack!" And then you go, "Aw." 5 days rolling straight.
The montage of failure of just her saying all ships attack and losing repeatedly and not learning from the mistake.
No.
Not once.
Oh, Keon mentions it that it's generally all straight out and pack type method.
Yep.
The opening scene did have him like talk her down from doing it straight away in the opening scene too. It's like,
That's right, because he says, you know, you're the leader. You shouldn't do this. We'll
Yeah.
do this.
and she was like, "I want to use my cannons. I want to fire off laser beams and shit." And she's just like, "Yeah, but like in shogi or chess, the king's not the one that would do the crap."
Yeah. Yeah, it was a valid point.
I said, "All right, yeah, I see what you're saying."
Yeah. So yeah, they end up trading and losing and training and losing and training and losing, and then all of a sudden the day of the competition is there, and they need to start. Is it like 3 p.m. or something like that, or 2 p.m. that they all sit waiting on the clock, ticking over,
It's not
and then the
similar.
battle begins.
Yeah. Oh, I also you missed out the probably one of the main points of like how Keon says, "Oh, I like to help your self confidence" type thing,
Oh yeah.
and then she just glares at him and goes, "There, I've passed on like the confidence over to you." It's like, what? No, it doesn't nerd me. It didn't work.
Uh,
Uh,
she's so
yeah.
she's
Anyway, so she then goes to cuts them, and then they're in their flight simulator game, which looks pretty much like maybe a bunch of triangles on the screen.
yeah. The game itself looks like an old-fashioned RTS type thing. Reminded me a little bit of like old-fashioned Fallout with like or like mixed with XCOM, like old-fashioned XCOM, you know, with like the different panels
Yeah,
uh sectioned out. But obviously in their minds it's all, you know, high cool sci-fi ships and stuff like that. The game itself is you know named after the name of the episodes. It's the Day of Sagittarius, but it's the Day of Sagittarius 3, to which they all pointed out they hadn't heard of the first two. So it's quite good as well because it reminded me the ships and things like that. I suppose reminded me a little bit of Gurren Lagann.
yeah, yeah. They're a bit like that. A bit like
It's starshipy.
yeah. Well, yeah, they are starships,
Yeah,
and they
but like
had
of that specific look.
yeah. I don't know. It's kind of hard because Gurren Lagann starship scene was like maybe 5 episodes of like the entire season.
Yeah,
It didn't last long
yeah.
those ones because they were
No,
mainly just fighting a mech that got increasingly stronger and more
they didn't
ridiculous.
last long because they probably got picked up as part of a galaxy that one robot was throwing at another robot. Because the sense of scale in that show is just it's
Oh,
God, I love it. So good, but my God, the sense of scale is ludicrous.
oh yeah. As they just did a movie which is basically the whole season into a movie.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
man, maybe need to watch that at some point. Like
Uh,
I did like.
Gurren Lagann's good, like, but I've heard the series. I think it fleshed out a bit
Yeah,
more because
series is awesome because the midway. You know, no spoilers or anything like that. But the mid season sort of switch out to the new dynamic is quite surprising.
yeah, it's Oh, it's pretty good. Anyway, yeah, so they're doing that. We should also mention that Kion's said, "Hey, lucky we got Yuki. She'll be able to like do this." Oh, and they laid down a rule of no cheating,
Oh yes, absolutely no cheating.
no magic, no esperish, nothing.
You cannot do anything that that you can't do within the game. You have to stick by the rules of the game.
Yeah, and then he looks at Yuki and goes, "Yeah, she's gonna be our key player, where she's using the laser mouse vertically in the air like that."
That's right. So she is.
And, and then he goes, oh no."
Scene. But yeah, well, as the training suggested, they don't do very well. Like it
No,
gets quite difficult for them, and it looks as if they're going to lose. And I feel like it's at this point where we start to see Yuki just like typing up a storm, essentially.
yeah. Mikuru comments says, "Don't hit the keyboard that hard, you might break it."
She's like typing out, like 5,000 words per minute or something like that.
Yeah. And they're severely losing at this game, by the way, at the
Oh yeah.
start. But it comes to the attention of Keon that Yuki might be using magic, and so goes, "Don't do it with greed and no cheating." And says, "Yeah, I'm following your orders exactly. I am doing this within the limits of the computer interface that I'm
Yep.
using."
Yep. She's super not cheating. She's doing, what is it? She's basically, you have 15,000 units, and everyone else is working as one big unit of 15,000, but she's separated out hers into groups of 250, which
Mm.
is not something a normal human should be able to do. But that wasn't the agreement.
Yeah,
The
she's
agreement was that you needed to stick to what the game was able to be doing, and that
well,
sort of turns the tide of the battle a wee bit,
yeah, and that
keeps them alive.
yeah, she's managed to split her units into 20 groups of actually 500, I think it is.
Is it 20 groups of 500?
Yeah, because you can only have 20 groups, so she's managed to do
Uh,
that and
but she's
spread.
controlling them all separately rather than in turn,
Yeah,
which I
yeah,
think is what's the not cheating, but the element that is slightly a disadvantage to anyone else playing against her.
yeah. And then she's still losing because Kiki's also managed to hack into their side of the network, and they discovered that they're cheating.
Yep,
They're
they've altered the code of the game at runtime for them, and it's so that there's basically no fog of war for them. They
yeah,
can see everything at all times, whereas Harui and the SOS brigade can only see what's in line of sight.
yeah, and so basically, Yuki ends up hacking into them and then rewriting the code of the game in real time, so they
Yep.
can't re-disable it as she's enabled it.
Yep.
And I don't know, she swaps it around so they can see everything.
No, she levels the playing field by making it so that they have the fog of war like they should. So
All
all
right.
of a sudden they lose line of sight on everything, and then get attacked from literally every angle because they can't find out where it's coming from.
Yeah, and then lose.
Oh yeah, but it's actually this is one of the cool things about this episode. I think is like the scenes inside the fantasy of the game, like the actual ship scenes of the shooting and stuff like that are really awesome. Like it's there's not a lot of like animation to it or anything like that, but it feels very kind of emotive and energetic with like all the different blasts and stuff like that. And the ships, like there are ships that are literally just big flying space revolvers.
Mhm.
Like they like load up 6 big bullet type things underneath them in barrels. It's bizarre.
Yeah, they also went to town with their creations, and I think it's done in 3D as well.
Yeah, it certainly looked like it.
Yeah,
Like in certain parts of it for sure. There's 2D elements to it on the bridge. I think all of the stuff will be in 2D, but I think a lot of the ship stuff was done in
yeah.
3D.
Shall
Um,
we talk about the crew? Because when they show the inside of the bridge, get to see the
Yes,
crew.
we absolutely must.
So, Yuki, Harui's crew, was that this like buff men or something? No, probably it wasn't.
I think it's like a fantasy crew. I can't remember specifically. Hers is not one that's worth mentioning. I feel
Oh,
like the ones that are really important are Mikuru and Yuki.
yeah. So Harui one is aliens actually. It's a bunch of
Yeah,
standard aliens.
like a standard sci-fi ship crew.
Yeah. Mikuru's is basically buff men with cat helmets, faces.
It's buff cat men.
Yeah, cat men. And Yuki's is just her.
In every chair.
In
It's
every chair,
amazing.
it's just Yuki.
I honestly could not stop laughing at that. That properly made me like I had a good laugh at that.
Keon's and what's his name?
Koizumi.
Oh yeah, Koizumi. Um, I think it was just normal
I don't remember
dudes.
the ones I remember being particularly good were Mikuru and Yuki's. They were funny. I like
Yeah,
those ones.
yeah,
But yeah, they eventually kick ass and like actually win the game.
yeah.
Um,
Captain falls into computer chief, the computer leader of the computer club, falls into their trap and lose essentially.
Yep.
Where he's kind of sitting in his bridge crew with a glass of wine in his hand, going, "Ha ha ha ha! We're going to win this, no bother." And they
He is
explains,
super late 70s, early 80s anime space captain in those scenes.
yeah, and then he loses, and then he's like, "Oh no, we lost."
Then cut to the poor the poor captain of the computer club, standing at the desk, Haru tapping on top of the laptops, going, it's like, well, I guess these don't need to go anywhere.
He's pretty much.
These will
Oh,
be staying with us.
should we mention also the name? They had like the logo on the laptops.
Did they?
Yeah, they were S-pons.
What?
They were ES-pon. ESPON. S-pons instead of Epsons.
Ah, okay. I did not notice that.
Uh, something I picked up. I was like, oh, it's an S-pon, eh? 'Cause it was like, that looks familiar, and then I read it more clear, and I actually picked up that it wasn't an Epson. Or is it an Epson? Yeah, so Epson's EPSON, where
Yeah.
they moved the S to the other side of the P.
And they don't make laptops.
No, they make printers though. It's close
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, they do. So they've won. The captain of the computer club, somewhat humiliated, but holds up his end of the bargain. And I think he apologizes for cheating.
Yeah, so oh, sorry, and we also didn't realize your group was going to be this good. But who was it that stopped us from cheating? And they were like, type thing, we're not going to tell you. And then it's like, well, it doesn't matter. I kind of already know, and then ask Yuki to join the club.
Yep. Which Harui's pissed about.
Yeah, and then Keon like talks her out and says, she can.
It's a nice moment, actually, where he's like, no, she leave her alone, and he just says to her something like, if you want to do that, you should do that.
Yeah, a few days.
She just kind of was like,
Yeah, she's certainly a person of little words.
For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, the guy kind of asks outright, and she says, basically, yes, I would like that.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. After Huri's calmed down.
Oh yeah, Yeah, when she's
Good.
like, I guess it's fine, whatever.
Yeah, very much. And that was basically the end of that episode. That was it.
I love this episode.
Yeah.
Yep. This is how you do a filler episode.
It's not. It had bits in it that is,
They were story relevant to a degree.
yeah, like the thing about Yuki and I suppose getting the hobby and become potentially more human,
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
enjoyment out of life.
But at the same time, like it's very much a filler episode. Like you could have done that in any other way. This was like this is the one thing we need to get out of this episode, and it's going to take up a combined 25 seconds.
Mm. There's other things in it. I think there's other things in it. Oh,
Anyway,
the stare, the stare from Haruhi
Oh yeah.
has probably a deeper meaning with a Kion.
So, what do you rate this then?
It was a good episode. In fact, pretty much can't slate the series. It's certainly entertaining.
Mhm.
And I'm going to go. I think I'll stick with a 7.
7.
Yeah.
We are going to diverge on this one.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to give this one a 10.
A 10.
I loved this. It was so stupid and so cleverly stupid
All right.
in a way that I feel that the other episodes have not been. Like they've been trying to continue informatively and emotionally sort of dealing with everything that's been going on, and I think this episode definitely straddled that in a more entertaining way than the other ones.
All right.
Like it had a lot of humor. It had actually pretty cool animation and some like generally pretty good scenes, bringing in like a lot of jokey stuff. Just it was the most I've enjoyed watching any of the episodes so far.
Fair enough.
For sure.
That's a strong contender right there. 10.
Yep. A 10 straight out of the gate, and it's all downhill from here.
Really?
No, it's not that bad.
Well,
anyway, next episode.
Hard to beat 10.
Yeah. The next episode we're going to do is I'm assuming Live Alive.
Live Alive?
I don't know, because there was live music in this one, I thought live, but maybe it is Live Alive.
Live Alive.
Live Alive.
Live Alive? Bloody
Live
English
Alive.
language.
Yeah. Gotta love it.
So this one the same way.
This one is actually, as we mentioned, as I kind of hinted at earlier, is about the arts festival.
Yeah, we talked about the arts festival
prior. They had just mentioned was finished.
Yeah, and then the last episode also mentioned the arts festival, and what was it? That winter one where you went to get the heater. Remember the way you went to get the heater?
Oh, yes, that's right. I forgot about that.
Because that's just that. Because like this is like the third last episode.
Yes.
In the entire season, because once again, broadcast order not chronological.
Yep.
So
anyway. This one, I can't even remember how this one starts.
I think it starts because it talks about like the very first episode that we watched, because that was the film that they're doing for the arts festival, wasn't it?
It starts with them watching the movie, doesn't it?
No, it was basically Keon basically goes, I've been up all night doing editing the video type thing.
Yep, that's right.
And
questioning whether he'll go and enjoy any of the arts festival or not.
Yeah. But he's off to go to the maid cafe that's been set up, because there's always a maid cafe in these things, apparently. I don't think I've not watched an anime in a school. It has like an arts festival or some foreign festival, and there's not a maid cafe set up in one of the
It's
school's
they
classrooms.
call it the cosplay cafe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I suppose it wasn't.
They are all dressed as maids.
Yeah,
Or
but not
what they should be
not
maids.
the maid costume that she usually dressed in.
No, another maid costume this time.
Yes, made by one of her classmates, which thinks it's her happy-go-lucky friend.
Yes, the one that's a lot to take. I can't remember her name.
Yeah, she appears like in 3 episodes.
Yeah, yeah. But she's the one that she's in the movie.
Yeah, so she's in the movie. Uh, she's also in the last episode. Not the one we just talked about, but like the very last episode.
Yeah, the last
She's
episode of the show.
Cause she was like, I need to find her, so she do that and then take pictures.
Someday
Uh,
in the Rain.
yeah, someday in the rain, and I think she gets introduced on the base. Yeah, she gets introduced in the baseball one.
Yeah, because she's mental, and she's really hyper and happy to be there.
Yes, she's very happy to be there. Anyway, right. So it kind of starts off with that. He's like that, and then he's perusing the arts festival, as it were.
Mhm.
Haruhi and Mikuru are dressed up in bunny costumes, handing out flyers. No, Mikuru isn't,
Just
because she's
yeah,
got
just Haruhi.
just Haruhi handing out flyers for the film.
Yep.
So he goes and enjoys basically the arts festival. So he just goes around and mills about that. Goes to the cafe because they got a voucher.
It was a discount voucher or something like that. I don't know.
I think they got a discount voucher for because they were in the movie.
Might have been something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So they go there with his fellow classmates, the two guys. Not Koizumi.
No, it's the Tamaguchi. I think
Tamaguchi.
it's the one that looks sort of like a cross between Apollo Justice and Phoenix Wright.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that.
Yep.
Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi is what I wanted to call him, and then I had to stop myself because I know it sounds like that, but it's not that. I think it's Tamaguchi.
It's possible that, and it's the smaller one who you don't really see often, but they were in the movie too. Anyway,
Yeah.
they go there, and there's a big line for the maids' cafe because, well, it's a bunch of teenage boys. It's all boys, well, essentially being served in this cafe.
Yes. It is.
So
Not
they get
in sight unless they're the ones serving the food.
yeah, and then so they meet the energetic one, as we'll call her.
Yep,
So,
the energetic one.
who then? Oh, that's great! Yeah, that's awesome. Here, stand in this line for a wee while, and we'll get to you. And it was like 20 minutes or something. Stood in the line.
Yeah.
They go in, and then I think it's just basically instant noodles are serving up.
Yeah, it's like some kind of ramen of sorts.
Yeah, and basically Mikuru. She's not allowed to serve anything because they're scared that she might scald herself with dropping piping hot noodles all over herself. But yes, experiences that.
All of the guys are very much enjoying the costumes.
Very much so. Yeah, it's
On a couple of them in particular.
another fan service moment.
Yep.
And so he's also goes and see Koizumi's
His play.
poetry.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
I don't know what it is.
And neither does he. He's like, what's this?
Yeah.
And all the girls are swooning over him in the play.
That's right.
And then decides to go, you know what? I'm too tired. I'm going to like head over and catch the live music acts.
Mm-hmm.
And he does that. And then he basically, an announcement comes over the radio. Oh, actually, in the background in this whole episode, where he's wandering around and stuff, you see things happening. Should be pointed out.
You see things happening?
Yeah, so it's like he's at the Foot Lockers for the shoes and that, and he's talking to Tamagotchi,
Uh-huh.
and that, or someone. And in the background, you see people arguing and going blah 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 and getting all upset. And then
I
you
just
just say,
didn't notice that.
"Do you not notice that?"
No.
And then you just kind of notice Hark with these things in the background, and then it goes forward and it goes through the arts festival, goes to the classroom, the theater hall, whatever it is he's in,
Mhm.
and watches some other stuff, and then it comes up with an announcement. We're going to be welcome to this group's going to play, and then out marches Haruhi and
Yep.
Yuki in her witch
Yep.
costume,
And two other girls.
and two other girls, two are the official band members.
Yep.
And they start hammering out a rock song or some sort.
Yep. And
Uh,
and they're exceptionally good.
Exceptionally good, even though Haruhi's just like picked up the music in the last hour or so.
But that's the thing is they play the first song without nobody having any knowledge because the the look on Kion's face when she takes to the stage, he's like enraged that she's on the stage, and I'm not sure why specifically. It's more like, no, I don't understand. It's like she's gonna embarrass everyone, or is it I can't believe she's in another club after giving everyone so much hassle about only being loyal to the SOS Brigade. I think it might be a combination of both.
Maybe. Remember, this is before the last one.
True.
So it might be that. And I think it's a shocking surprise. Kion appears saying, "Oh, I think not Kion, Koizumi
Poison me.
appears,
Yeah.
says, "Oh, I heard
And
that."
still in costume. Still in
Yeah,
costume.
yeah, because he rushed over. He was like,
Yeah, because it's raining.
"Yeah," and he rushed over and he was like, "I heard that this is going to happen," type thing through the grapevine.
Yep.
She's going to be playing, and it's like, "Wow, she's pretty good." And
Yep.
then Hurry basically states, "Yeah, we're here in replacement for a couple of people who couldn't make it. Please
Yep.
go and buy their things, and we'll do another song."
And they play another song. Other
Yeah,
song's okay. It's not as good as the first one, I don't think. But
yeah,
there's that. And then they wrap up.
yeah. And then so afterwards, they obviously Keon meets up, basically talks to Hurry, and Hurry basically says, "Yeah, uh, the band was pretty much the last time they're going to be playing uh together or something. It was like their last."
Oh, it was their last show while at school because I think they're
Yeah,
leaving the school that
yeah.
year or something.
I think they were leaving school that year.
Yep.
One of them has a sore throat or something. One broke
The
their
singer has a sore throat. Yeah.
and the other one's sprained their wrist.
Yep. And she's
Uh,
the guitarist, so that
yeah,
sucks.
and it wasn't until they had the argument in the background at the front of the door with like the school manager and stuff,
Yep.
where Harry steps in and goes, "I'll help you out," type thing. And they're like, "Oh yeah, cool." She was good because she joined that club for a day as she did
Yep.
at the start of the term. And they went, "All right," and then they played it, and then they're getting so many like visits for requests for their song,
Their mini disc.
their mini disc. Yes, that's not what do you call it? Placing it in
Dated.
a
Yeah.
placing it in a time period.
Kids, ask your parents.
Jesus, man. You gotta ask your parents.
Yeah,
When
I
did
don't think like mini discs like probably went out of style 2002.
Oh, this was done in 2006, though.
Yeah, but they were bigger in Japan than they were here.
Yeah, that's true. They did take off.
They did not take off here.
No. And basically, that was the kind of the end of the episode. There was one take back from the episode is she actually helped other people instead of herself, was the take back in this one. And it says, that feels really good. And she was
Well,
happy
she was
about it.
uncomfortable about the general experience of it because she didn't like they came to thank her for her help,
Uh-huh.
and she was not taking the praise very well because, well, there's a number of reasons for that. One, I don't think she's used to doing things that please other people that they can be thankful for and thank her for. And the other one is that she doesn't believe she did it well enough to be thanked.
Yeah.
So
See,
much
that's-
so that she points them in the direction of UK, and it's like, no, we already went to speak to her. She just like put her hand up and pointed over here or something. So we came to talk to you.
Yeah. Yuki learned the music of it in, like, as soon as she looked at it.
Yep.
Where
No, amazing.
Huri's I didn't know everything, unfortunately. But then I only had like half an hour or something.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
it's like I only had like a half hour with the reading material with the music sheet, so I did the best I could.
yeah. So as a person that plays guitar,
Hmm.
how did you like the animation of the playing the guitars, the bass and the
Well, I was going to mention it because it was done in a higher frame rate.
oh
For sure. Like they expended their animation budget on those music, the instrumentation scenes for sure.
yeah.
Because that was it reminded me of like like the intro to Gem,
Oh yeah.
like that super high, like super smooth high frame rate animation for the band stuff. It reminded me a lot of that. I thought the animation for the music was all right. Like I don't know if it was like note for note what it should have been, but like in general it was pretty decent.
Yeah. It showed a good chord placement and stuff in it.
I feel like I was curious about how they might have done that and wondered if maybe they'd even got someone to come in and play it when they played that song. They filmed them and then rotoscoped it. Like that was the kind of the animation. It was giving me that impression that it was very heavily very close to reality. But yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah. It's alright, yeah. Okay.
I enjoyed it.
That's good.
You should mention as well is that of course like Harui's kind of bummed out at the end of this episode.
Uh
She goes and kind of lies down on the grass, just stares into the sky.
yeah, I think that's because she's maybe turned over a new leaf and was relaxing after like maybe a fairly stressful thing that she did.
Yeah, I kind of took that it was sort of her being, I don't know, frustrated. I think that something interesting happened and it was done, and she
Ah,
didn't do as well as she thought she could.
oh,
So she was sort of like eating at her. But then, of course, Kyon comes along and sort of tries to take her mind off whatever it is, and then she's like, "Yeah, we've got loads to do. We need to like start a band and go
oh,
and do that now.
yeah, and train up for a year.
Yeah, we can play the arts festival next year." And he's like, "But don't we have a film to make?" It's like, "Yes, we do. It's going to be a very busy year."
Yeah, that's right. That's what happened to that one.
It's a good ending, actually. I thought.
Hmm. It's progressive,
Yeah.
and where they're going in this direction.
Yep. Thought this episode was pretty good.
Yeah. All right. What you rating it then?
I don't like.
It's gonna be another 10.
No, I didn't enjoy it as much as that, and I don't think enough happened in the episode. Like, I feel like it didn't like there were some good moments in it,
Mhm.
but I don't think a lot actually happened. Like, a lot of it was just kind of supplemental to the it always leading up to a point, and they didn't do much with the parts that needed to lead up to it really because there wasn't a lot of need. Like, they wanted to focus very much on that scene with the band and stuff
Yeah,
like that. So, um,
certainly.
I don't know. It's tough. I'm swithering between a 7 and an 8.
Ah, okay,
I think I'd probably go an 8. It
cool.
was entertaining, for sure. So I'd probably go an 8. What about you?
Mm. Was entertaining, and there was like there's stuff in the background, like I said, like they included the argument.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
stuff that I completely missed.
you completely missed. uh, I think it was. I think this episode's more kind of like not to focus on Keon, but to focus on things in the background of it.
That's interesting. I didn't take that from it, but I get what you mean. Like I've whether it's just me, but I'm always focusing on what the characters are doing. So
Yeah, but I think in this kind of show, you kind of need to also pay attention to what happens in the background and stuff. I'm gonna go. I think that's a 7 man. It's kind of hard to put up to 8 itself,
it's
but
a good run though.
yeah, it's good. Um, 17, and then next episode of Who's That Anime is the last 2 episodes of the season 1.
The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya Part 5 and Part 6.
Yes, the
Finally get to find out what's happened.
finally understand why this whole thing's happening. Well, sort of. It's like the
So yeah,
first 6 episodes of the season, in
yeah,
chronological
where we
order.
would have normally been after episode 6, we're now going to be here after episode 14. So
Yeah, it'll be fun times. Right.
So, as always, if you're listening to this in podcast form, you're probably doing that through either our page on anchor.fm, or we are available in Spotify, Google Podcasts, Pocket Casts, Overcast. RSS feed is available for any non-mentioned podcasting platform. We're pretty much available anywhere. We are working on putting up video recordings of these because there's a visual element to them. So update as soon as we can with a link to where those videos will be. Colin plays video games sometimes on Twitch at twitch.tv/couchfuel.
Mhm.
I sometimes play video games at twitch.tv/hailpayman. I'll put the links in the show notes as well, so you can check those out. If you want to follow us on Facebook, we have a Facebook page that is basically just a place where we go to link when the show's live for a new episode or to throw up some anime memes or stuff like that. But come give us a like. I think that's everything.
Almost everything. There's also a YouTube channel for Couch Fuel.
Well, that's right. Apologies. Yeah, that's right. There is a YouTube channel for Couch Fuel.
Uh,
That is findable by just looking up Couch Fuel, right?
Yeah, I think it'll come up with that. Get to
I
see
will,
previous attempts of streaming and playing games.
yep. I
So,
will put up a link to that as well in the show notes as well.
yeah.
If you can, on your podcasting platform of choice, a review would be great. Rating, whatever you have time or want to give. We don't do any advertising on this show, so we don't really make anything on it. We just kind of enjoy talking about anime. If you enjoy it, a review would be awesome. And also, tell a friend. It would be cool to have more people to have a conversation with and to have come and converse with us on the Facebook page as well.
Yeah, that'd be all good. But
Cool.
yeah, this has been Who's That Anime, and with your co-host Steve and Colin? I don't know. But anyway,
That's who we are.
that's who we are, and
You said the names right.
yeah, I can say our names right. I don't know
I
why.
mean, it's been a while, and they're not that many syllables, so I suppose it's fair.
Colin 2, Steve 2,
No,
3,
it's one.
1,
No. One.
1.
Surely.
Steve.
What do you say it like, Steve?
Yeah. I will now call you Steve for the rest of my life.
Not that I'm petty about this, but to continue to prove that I am right in a way, I will now call you by I'll call you by your 2-syllable name.
Yeah.
Stephen is 2.
Oh.
Steve is not a name. I mean, that makes me sound like a guard from Stargate.
Steve. Anyway.
Oh.
We'll see you later.
Right. Bye, folks.
Bye.
Yes, I'm coming! It's the president of the computer club.
Isn't your leader here today?
You guys want something?
First, I want you to take this. You'll find some game software on that disc. Yeah, it's an original game that we designed and developed. We had it on display at the Arts Festival. Maybe you saw it?
I don't remember. The only memory I want to retain from the Arts Festival is the image of Miss Asahina wearing that maid outfit.
Really? Perhaps we were exhibiting it in the wrong place?
So what did you guys want?
That's right! We've come here to challenge you and your brigade thing. A duel! We fight a duel using our game! Really? A duel! We want a duel against you guys!
I beg you,
A duel,
please
a
stop
duel!
repeating the word
And with this
duel
duel,
over
we're
and
gonna put a
over.
stop to the
If
SOS
Haruhi's ultra-sharp
Brigade's
ears could
right
hear you,
up
you'd be
there.
as good as...
Chief!
So, you want a duel? Who are you guys anyway? Aha! I bet you creeps are some kind of secret syndicate trying to muscle my SOS brigade out of the way. I won't let that happen. Annihilating evil and shining light upon darkness is the sworn duty of a hero of justice.
Haruhi, you should listen to what people have to say before you kick them.
Kyone, a duel is a duel from the very moment the word is mentioned. Anything the loser says after that is just an excuse. Huh? It's you guys? Why are the computer club geeks picking a fight with us?
That's exactly what they were about to explain to us before you took him out.